take care of our veterans. We're working so hard on this. We're making so much progress. Veterans are America's greatest national treasure. They kept us safe, and we're going to keep them safe.
President Trump is taking action to help, signing an executive order creating a task force to come up with solutions to end the problem of suicide amongst veterans. Still too big, still ongoing. Joining me now, retired U.S. Army Sergeant Nick Armendariz and Army Sergeant First Class Robert Musil. Thank you, gentlemen, both for joining me this morning. Really appreciate it. Sergeant Nick, let me start with you. You were at that ceremony. You know, the stat is well known. 22 veterans previously, now 20, they say. We don't know exactly how many committing suicide every day. A huge epidemic. Are we doing enough at the White House to confront this?
Absolutely. I think that this is a first step, and it's a major step to be taken in the right direction. You know, it opens up a lot more pathways and a lot more doors to this crisis and this kind of epidemic that's going on throughout the country, and it's just, they're doing great things.
It was a crisis then, it still is. You know, Sergeant First Class Musil, you're still in, you're with guys still serving. Is this a crisis you're seeing from the active component as well?
So absolutely, it is, but it is something that the community itself, the Department of Defense, the Army is really combating, and in collaboration with all the agencies and now the private sector. So I think the focus and really with this executive order, the focus of all these different agencies combined, we're really going to combat this epidemic of veteran suicide.
Sergeant Musil, let me start with you, because some veterans are starting an initiative called Operation Resiliency. You're a part of it. It's part of the Independence Fund joint program with the VA. It reunites high-risk combat units, so guys that have been in these high-intensity environments. Where did you come up with this idea to begin with?
So to be clear, it wasn't my idea. The Independence Fund, in collaboration with the Department of Veterans Affairs. So where the inception of this came about, and back in September, we were at a funeral for a fellow member from our company. His name was Derek Hill. And at the end of that funeral, the director of the Independence Fund, or the CEO of the Independence Fund, decided to make a phone call to the Department of Veterans Affairs and decide, how do we curb this? How do we stop veteran suicide? And between the two, Operation Resiliency really came about from that. And you're right, that's absolutely what it does. It takes at-risk units that while deployed, were in very kinetic environments that faced a high level of casualties.
High casualty rates and things like that.
Absolutely. Yeah. And once they came home, they reintegrated into society. They went to
as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
To different places. And Nick, so this is about peer-to-peer counseling. The guys you served with know you best.
Exactly. So, and I think that type of counseling overall, it seems to work best. It seems to be more functional between each other because, I mean, we're all brothers. We were all brothers doing the same thing while we were deployed, and to come back and kind of have that cohesiveness again and camaraderie built back up within us again is, I think it's definitely the way to go.
Absolutely. Yeah. Nick and Robert, thank you very much, both of you, for your service. Listen, I still hear from folks all the time. This remains a massive problem. Guys don't find the purpose when they come home. Connecting with their peers is a big part of the solution. Thanks for what you're doing. We're going to stay on this story. All right.